Ferrari didn't just build a car, they built a suicide note. It was 1967. The world was obsessed with the screaming, 12-cylinder symphony that defined the soul of Maranello. But tucked away in a locked room at the factory sat a monster that would have rendered the V12 a relic of the past before its time. They called it the 312P experimental chassis, but the engineers whispered a different name, the prototype that killed the future. We aren't talking about the usual endurance racers. We're talking about an obsession with mid-engine packaging that pushed Ferrari into a corner. Enzo Ferrari was a V12 purist, a man who believed the 12-cylinder engine was the heartbeat of the Italian marque. But the physics of the late 60s demanded something smaller, lighter, and more aggressive. They developed a prototype so radical that it abandoned the traditional layout in favor of a torque-heavy, high-revving architecture that challenged the very philosophy of the prancing horse. Imagine a machine designed not to win Le Mans, but to dominate the entire racing landscape through pure mechanical efficiency. It featured an experimental dual-overhead cam valve train and a chassis geometry that shifted the center of gravity in ways that made contemporary P4s look like tractors. It produced nearly 450 horsepower from a displacement that shouldn't have been able to breathe at such high altitudes. When the chief test driver finally pushed it to the red line, the telemetry told a terrifying story. It was faster than anything they had ever built, but it was also unhinged. The vibration harmonics alone threatened to tear the aluminum monocoque apart. It was a bridge to a technology that Ferrari wasn't ready to control. If this car reached production, the V12, the very icon of Ferrari, would have been relegated to the history books, seen as an archaic, fuel-thirsty dinosaur. Enzo realized the danger immediately. He saw the shift in trajectory. If this car succeeded, the brand would be defined by clinical efficiency rather than operatic passion. So, he did what he did best. He ordered the destruction of the schematics and the scrapping of the chassis. The documents were burned. The prototype vanished into the furnace of the factory floor, leaving behind only rumors and a handful of grainy photos that never made it to the press. It was the only time Ferrari looked into the future and chose to blink. They chose the romance of the 12 cylinders over the cold, hard logic of the future. The prototype died so that the V12 could live forever.